We are in Iraq, 1979. The newly appointed president has gathered his party's top officials in a theater hall in Baghdad. His name is Saddam Hussein. He's been president for less than a week, but already Iraq feels his grip. He wants to show them what that means. It's July and the air outside burns past 4 degrees Celsius. Inside, it's even worse. Thick, suffocating heat. Saddam steps onto the stage. He moves slowly, deliberately, shuffling papers, glancing down at his notes, taking his time. Moments before his arrival, one of his men had appeared before the crowd. His announcement froze the hall. A terrible plot had been uncovered. He said a conspiracy against the new president and against Iraq itself. A ring of high-ranking officials had schemed to overthrow Saddam Hussein. And then he revealed, all the guilty parties are in this room right now. And now, cloud sits frozen in silence. The president is in total control. Then he calls for someone. A man stands up. Muhi Abdul Hussein, tall, narrow, middle-aged, a respected member of the Revolutionary Command Council. Just days before, he had dared to oppose Saddam in a meeting. That was enough. Now under the white lights, he looks broken, his movements small and careful as he walks to the stage. He stands before the microphone, eyes down. And then, in a trembling voice, he begins to confess to plotting against Saddam Hussein, to gathering others into his scheme. As he speaks, Saddam sits down at a long table of microphones, lighting a thick Cuban cigar. Smoke drifts lazily into the stifling air. I was the one behind the plot against the new president, Muhi says. It was me who tried getting others to join in, but none of it is true. Every word has been beaten into him. Torture, threats, promises that if he doesn't confess, his family will be destroyed. His voice shakes, but he keeps going. He lies to save the people he loves. When the confession ends, Saddam rises, calm, unhurried. His voice cuts through the still air. What means should be used against these traitors? A pause, then softly, he answers himself. You know the answer. There's no other way than the sword. The room explodes into applause. Frenzied, desperate, clapping that echoes off the walls. They all know it's not for celebration, it's for survival. Saddam raises his hand. The clapping dies. Then he says, when I have read out your name, you shall stand up, recite the party slogan, and leave the room. He begins reading, one by one. Names echo across the hall. Each man rises, voice shaking as he repeats the Baath party slogan, and then walks out to the door. No one knows where they are being taken, but everyone has an idea. Halfway through, one man's confusion breaks the rhythm. Me, I haven't done anything, he pleads. Saddam doesn't even glance at him. He simply repeats, when I have read out your name, you shall stand up, recite the party slogan, and leave the room. His tone makes argument impossible. The man obeys, his voice barely audible as he says the slogan. Saddam continues until he's finished, calling 68 names. He smiles, looks up from his papers, and thanks those who remain for their loyalty. The survivors burst into applause again, louder this time. Frantic with the relief, some cry openly. Even Saddam allows a single tear to fall. Outside, the 68 men are gathered into trucks and driven away. Over the next few days, 68 trials are held. 22 men, including 5 members of the Revolutionary Command Council, are sentenced to death. Saddam appoints the executioners personally. Known as soldiers, they are party members. His own men, now bound by fear to prove their devotion. They are gathered in the same building where the supposed plotters had allegedly met. The condemned are dragged into a courtyard, blindfolded and forced to their knees. Each executioner is handed a weapon and assigned a victim. Outside the compound walls, the air fills with noise. A demonstration organized by Saddam himself is underway. Thousands of Iraqis march through the streets with flags and banners, chanting the president's name, condemning the traitors. Their cheers mix with the sound of gunfire as the executions began. Saddam is satisfied. The message is clear. His rule begins with blood. The first official order of the new president of Iraq is complete. What chilling act? One wonders.
5 months ago, Saddam Hussein started this cruel war against Kuwait. Tonight, the battle has been joined.